Nevertheless, there are journalists at work who are pretty balanced. In general, though, the media is not. It's not in two ways. First of all, it covers this conflict, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, much too much, in my view. It should be covered, but it's obsessively covered. So the average person in the West thinks it's the most deadly, vicious, nasty conflict on the planet, when clearly it isn't. And then we have huge, heated demonstrations and rallies of the kind that brought central London to a standstill yesterday again. We have vicious attacks on Jews in cities like Los Angeles and New York and London. Now, of course, it's not the media's direct fault, but this media obsession with Israel, it's not just a little bit more. Some media organizations have put more reporters on the Israeli-Palestinian issue than the entire rest of the world outside the United States. It cannot be, even if we take Hamas's figures at face value of the number of civilian dead, and there are questions about that, but even if we take their figures at face value, it cannot justify the pure amount of words that, say, the New York Times has devoted in the last week, tens of thousands of words, round-the-clock coverage on the BBC and France 24 and CNN and so on. And this creates a very heated atmosphere. And then secondly, inside that coverage, I would strongly argue there's a severe imbalance because most journalists veer left. They want to support the party they perceive as the underdog, which would be the Palestinians. So they seem to be wanting to be a corrective against Israel, but they often overdo it, and they end up, in my view, demonizing Israel. And then we have physical assaults on Jews in London and Paris and New York.